Hi, I'm Renee Tuga. Welcome to my Patreon page. So, I have a blog where I've been writing about my life for nearly 15 years. Not as many people read blogs anymore. Certainly, the number of visits to my own blog per day and per month are not as high as it used to be by a long shot. This is actually not a very good opener. uh, this is not a like, look how popular I am. But it's honest, and that's how I write and communicate. There are still some people reading blogs and even reading my blog occasionally. And one of the ways to make this a continued sustainable effort on my part is to build a Patreon community in support of that writing and as an extension of that writing. I've been writing for years about the big and beautiful ideas in my own life through my lived experiences with homeschooling, which I've been doing now for 15 years, and I'm almost done that journey. Mothering for 20 years, homemaking, marriage, adventure, creativity. These are the things I've been writing about. My Patreon community allows me to extend the discussion and exploration, the digging and questioning of the big and beautiful ideas into other people's lives. Something I've learned through years of heartfelt and wholehearted memoirist and lifestyle writing and reading, those are my favorite kind of books to read also, is the incredible value of connection from shared stories. Before Me Too, as that phrase Me Too became associated in my mind, at least with a movement, and perhaps in your mind also, that phrase Me Too was something I would hear commonly from blog readers as I shared with as much courage as I could muster the challenges in my marriage and mothering, my struggles with anxiety and insecurity, the crumbling of a carefully constructed faith, and an early midlife crisis. But I was sharing all of that right along with my experience of living in beautiful places, having amazing adventures, which included through hiking the Appalachian Trail, the joys of raising three creative kids, and just the overall excitement of new growth and new potential and opportunities in my own life. My writing has been both, and it's been hard, the hard stuff and the good stuff. It's my personal story, but you've kept saying to me, the details are a bit different, but this is my story too. Me too. Thank you for putting into words this experience, these emotions, these thoughts, this sorrow, this joy. That connection that you have with my writing sparks a deep curiosity for me to hear your stories. So, one of the things I offer at Patreon is a podcast where I interview extraordinary, ordinary people about the big and beautiful ideas in their lives. As much for my own interest in personal growth and a desire to connect as for anyone else's. I want those stories as much as I want to share them with other people. The meaning of our lives, life's beauty and struggle, our deepest experiences are rooted in the everydayness of living, in the get up, go to school or homeschool, do our jobs, go to work, care for people, cook food, build community, all of that. And although sometimes that everydayness calls us into out of ordinary adventures and growth, and certainly I've had those experiences myself, we all live in the patterns of eat, sleep, work, and love. And deep truth, wisdom, and beauty is found there, just in that stuff of our lives. So that's what I'm creating for my Patreon supporters. More of those Me Too experiences, connecting with the ideas and spirit of someone else's life and seeing bits of yourself and your experience in that reflection to see the extraordinary in our ordinary lives. I also use Patreon as a platform for courses and other connections around the experiences and ideas I write about on my blog. Join today at the podcast conversations level for my monthly podcast where good stuff regularly happens. And welcome to my salon space, the idea kind, not the hair doing, makeup doing kind, on the web for thoughtful content, conversations, and community.